Where were you born?
Rockville, New York, off Long Island.
And what was the Herring household like?
Well, I'm the oldest. I have two brothers, two sisters. You know, I live with my mother and my stepfather, Harry Ellerby, and Janine Herring. And it's been, it was kind of rough at times as a kid, but, as the oldest, I know I had special responsibilities to do the right thing in terms of being a role model. So, and it played out really well over the years.
And what kind of kid were you?
I was the one kid. I was always out with my friends, outdoors, playing sports.
So you were an athletic kid. Who got you into boxing?
My close friend Ashanti Hendrickson, who was also a boxer. He kept one day he just kept coming down to the house and asking me just to come with him and train. I would never want to do it. Like, I always been a big fan of boxing, but I just thought, I couldn't see myself being a boxer.
Yeah.
So one day just said, you know what, I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to give it a chance. And his father happened to be a coach, so I went down with his father. And I'll never forget, the first week or so, all I was doing was learning how to throw a jab. Because I wasn't good off the back. I didn't have that natural ability to pick it up real quick.
So who would you study to master the jab? There's Larry Holmes.
I actually study guys, even like today, like Bernard Hopkins. Because Bernard Hopkins, with his age and everything, he's not the flashiest guy. He doesn't have all the speed and what the other guys might have as a natural asset. So, what I learned from him is that he basically goes off the basics and he practices the technique.
Yeah.
That's what I basically got off of Bernard Hopkins, because he can beat guys just by being smart. He doesn't need to have he doesn't have the speed of maybe his Pacquiao and the defensive skills of Floyd, but if he basically proves that if you master your craft, you can do anything.
Yep. It shows you how good you could get when you take it serious,
Yeah.
And what was your total amateur record?
My amateur record was about 87-15.
That's great, man. And you're also a sergeant in the armed forces. Tell me about that.
I've been in the Marine Corps for 9 years. Being a sergeant is a lot of responsibilities, but it also basically taught me how to be a better person inside and outside of the ring. So it's been a great experience being in my time in the Marine Corps.
Yeah. What kind of boxing program do they have in the Marine Corps now?
We have an all Marine Corps program, which is basically runs all year round. So technically, right now, boxing is my job. So I just, I get up in the morning, do some cardio activity, or maybe run a few miles. Afternoon, we might come in and do a workout, or or sparring, depending on what's coming up. And then most of the times, we have the capabilities of basically going around the country for training camps. So we don't just stay down here in Cameron, North Carolina. We actually travel to different places like Texas, California. Get different looks.
Yeah.
As a boxer.
And you qualified for the Olympics. When was it? Back in May? You qualified?
Yes, sir.
And how'd you do it so early?
Excuse me?
How'd you qualify so early? What did you do? I thought it runs close to like June when you find out. When was it? Early May you found out?
It actually, a couple of three of my teammates, Rashid Warren, Joseph Diaz, and Errol Spence, they qualified last September at the World Championship Games.
Wow, I thought
I missed out. I lost my first fight against the 2008 Olympians in China, so I didn't have a high enough ranking to qualify at the World Championship Games. So I actually had to wait. I actually had a fight. We fight to get another chance to go back to qualify. I had to go win the USA Boxing Nationals back in February, which gave me the opportunity to go to Brazil on the Team USA again and qualify.
Yeah. And you leave for London tomorrow. Are you nervous at all?
No. I leave. I'm going out for Memphis tomorrow for a tournament, but I don't leave out until London until after our training camp, which takes place June 27th of this month to be in Colorado Springs. And then for those few weeks, we'll be in Colorado Springs training, doing a training camp. And then we'll officially leave for London July 14th. After tomorrow, I'm just going to be busy traveling all over.
Oh, okay. I heard you say that you were going to be busy till after you get back from London, so I just figured you were leaving.
Nah, just July 14th is the official date that the Team USA is leaving.
I thought you were like that serious where you just wanted to get there way ahead of everybody.
Nah,
way ahead.
Much time as I can in the States.
Yeah. I heard London's fun though, man. You might have a hard time.
I've been out there in May. I was out there. Not in May. Last November for a dual meet. Basically they called it. It's like a practice run of the London Games. They had boxing as one of the events. So we went down there for a little tournament.
Mm-hmm. Now, what do you think of the English team? The amateur system in England.
There's some great guys on the team. There's a lot of good guys on the team, but there's nothing to me that's too much impressive that I haven't seen before. The guys that everybody really looks out for is like the Cuban teams, the Russians, the Ukrainians, and those teams out there really the ones that's like been on top for so long these past few decades.
Mm-hmm. Now, what country is that? The countries you kind of are nervous about the most, like to have to deal with? Who do you look at and say, I hope I don't have to face them, or I know they're going to have a great team? Who's the ones?
Oh well, us being Americans, we always have the attitude that like we can still be on top. So we don't really so much worry about, but we just know not to take anyone for granted. And those teams are not taken for granted. Obviously, of course, it's mainly the Cubans.
Mm-hmm.
But we actually, we want to have those fights. We want that experience. We want to see where we stand at.
Yeah. Yep.
Because even after this level, you never know. You might see some of the guys in the pro level. So you want to, you want to go out there and fight the best. Either in the amateurs or the professional ranks.
So who's a better team? Who do you look at the most and say,
the amateurs?
Like Cuban, I know Cuba and Russia and the Ukraine. You said, is that the three teams that you?
That's basically the three that we have to try to get over here for dual meets. But they got we had a dual meet scheduled in Los Angeles with Ukraine, but that had fell apart. We were supposed to go to. I was looking forward to going to Cuba after I had qualified in Brazil, but then that fell apart because we couldn't get the visas in time. So we've been trying to compete with those teams before the Olympic Games just to see where we're at. But like I said, the things have fell apart. So I guess we'll just have to find out what they're about. At the London Games. But even then, we might not even, you may not even run into those guys. So that's why we don't really worry about who's out there because, you might be set up with the way of bracketing set up for a tournament. You might not even see this guy. This guy might lose to somebody else. So we just basically go on one day at a time and just focus on the game plan on whatever country we meet on that specific day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And one of the great things about amateur boxing is the traveling. Where's some of your favorite places you've been to with the team, traveling?
Some of the places I've been to so far, I say Rio de Janeiro was number one. I was at this past May.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed my stay in London, but at the time it was like winter time, so it's kind of cold out there.
Yeah.
I was trying to say when I was in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, because it was nice and sunny. It was spring weather. We was right by the beach, the hotel right by the beach. So I could say maybe so far Brazil is probably my number one spot.
Yeah, what do you have to say about the Brazilian ladies? I know that helps out.
Yeah. There's beautiful women out there, but it was just the language barrier just kind of messed everything up. So it was kind of hard to do anything out there.
You win that gold medal, they'll be learning English to talk to you.
Yeah, you're right.
What's some of the titles you won that you're most proud of?
I actually have to say my USA national title because now I feel that I'm in the record books as a national champion with some of the greats. Like I do my studying, in boxing, I see that back before the 36 Olympics, Sugar Ray Leonard was a junior welterweight champion. Tommy Hearns was a junior welterweight champion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Roy Jones. You know, so I take pride in that I'm in that list now with all at least the junior welterweight amateur rankings. You know, with those guys.
Yep. Now, if when you look back at past American teams, who stands out to you as someone you really respect?
Someone I really respect.
The ones you really respect. What do you think of someone like Jerry Page from the '84 games in L.A.?
You know, I was just about to go to that. A lot of those guys on that Pacific team I really respect.
Yeah.
Some people argue saying between the '76 team and the '84 team, which is the best, but a lot of those guys on the '84 team did a really impressing job.
Yeah. Yep. How about Vernon Forrest, '92 Barcelona?
Oh yeah, Vernon. You know, Vernon's probably one of my favorite athletes to this day because it's just like, you know, tall, rangy guy. They say that about me. I gotta for my weight. I got a long range and like a slim frame. And we all know Vernon was a slim guy.
Yeah.
Fighting at the junior welterweight rankings.
Mm-hmm. Now, what do you think of the 2012 class, comparing it to the '76 and the '84 and the '88? Even '88 and '92 had some great teams.
Yeah.
How do you think they compare?
It's going to take a lot, you know. It's going to take a lot for us, you know, to be up on that in the same category as real teams. But you know, we're hungry. We want it.
Mm-hmm.
We understand these last few Olympics, you know, American boxing hasn't been doing too well.
I know.
I kind of basically blame some of it on the way they changed the whole scoring of boxing.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of the scoring system?
I guess they changed it again, which is kind of better than the way they did originally have it after the whole Roy Jones incident in '88.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the scoring then to now, it's like they're trying to make it more. You get to be more physical and more action now, which is okay. But I still, you know, don't really agree fully with the system. But I do say it's better than the last system they had recently. But I'm not the type of one to believe that you know, your decision on a victory is placed with the judges in a computer button. You know, like common sense. Like, you know, if you watch all the old Olympic events when America was dominating, they was using just regular, like, to me, common sense judging. Now it's like you gotta basically base your scores on the computer and what's exactly a clean blow, and the referee has to see the clean blow in order to score. And it's like, you know, I think it basically crippled, you know, the American style of boxing.
Yeah, and a judge has like 1 second to score the blow that they see landed.
That was part of the old system, and that was kind of worse. Like, they had 1 second. They had 1 second to see the blow, but on top of that, 3 of the 5 judges had to all agree at the same time, basically with the score. You know, with that blow. So you can have one of the judges, you know, they see the blow, but they can just like ignore it and don't press the button at all. You know, you don't get 3 of the 5 judges to press the button at the same time. You're not gonna get a point. I mean, I've seen that happen with like Rashid Warren in 2018. He was dominating the kid, and you know, he wasn't getting no points. But all of a sudden, his opponent just throwing whatever, and they're just clicking with whatever button, and Rashid losing by 1 point.
Yeah. Now here's Rashid in his 3rd Olympics trying for it. You know, he could have been a champ by now if they just treated him fair.
Because the way he trains and the way he fights.
Yeah.
Without a computer, no one is touching him. But you know, you put him on a computer, he's not fighting the opponent. We're fighting. Well, for most of us, we're fighting against the computer.
That's true.
And the judges.
Makes no sense.
This is why, you know, and it's sad, but this is why, you know, they can say that like you don't see much of amateur boxing on TV. I don't really see it anyway on TV.
No. It's sad, man.
I'm talking to Evander Holyfield recently, and you know, he was upset about it also because he was telling me back when he was in the Olympics, they used to have a special broadcasting phone just for amateur boxing in the Olympics or events around the world. Amateur boxing was on all the time, but now, you know, with people losing their interest in it because of the way the scoring, the way that how it was ran, no one wants to see that. and they wonder why a lot of us don't really stay around as much as these European teams, where they're like in their late 20s and 30s, staying around for like 3 Olympics. And unlike the Americans, we get our Olympic shine. Win, lose, or draw, we're out. You know, we're not staying around for another Olympic game.
Yep. And all the robberies and bad decisions and stuff. I mean, everything adds up. You know, back in '76, they would put like a biography on every fighter, to the point where you knew everything about Ray Leonard already. You know, like he had a picture of a girlfriend on his sock. You knew everything about those guys.
That he took in the ring with him, when he looked at the corner for his motivation. Ray Leonard, that was his thing.
Yeah.
Now it's like you barely know who the Olympic team is anymore.
I know, really. It's true, and it's sad, man. It's sad, man. It's the decisions, though. I think bad decisions, like this weekend in the Pacquiao-Bradley fight, it hurts boxing, you know?
Yeah.
Bad decisions. Is there any fighter in particular, it doesn't have to be from Cuba or Russia, but who do you look at and say, I hope I don't have to face him for the gold if I'm going for the gold? Is there anyone you'd rather not have to face because you know you faced him before and he might be like hard for your style to master for some reason? Who do you look at?
No, not really, because I'm type of person to believe that America still has, you know, the best boxers out there. And then I thought that I fought, you know, some of the best out here. That even out here, I'm like, man, I do not feel like going through this bout again with this guy, because it's going to be a tough bout. But now it's like, okay, I made it past America, you know, the American ranks, we're still big in amateur boxing, because thousands of athletes out here on the amateur boxing level. I think I've been through the worst, so, you know, this is where it should be fun. You know, I want to test myself against these guys out here across the world. You know, some of these styles is weird, so, you know, I want to see how my style does against their style.
Yeah.
Cause I had a hard time dealing with the Asian style at the Worlds. You know, I'm so used to the American style, where basically we'll sit there and we'll fight it out. But these guys, literally on the other side of the country, they are all for the computer. You know, they're not going to sit there and just fight with you. They're going to try to get their points and go. So there's a lot of running.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to see that. But, you know, that's their thing. And sadly, it works to their benefit when it comes to this computer scoring.
Yep. It's you and the best in the world, though, at just Olympic boxing. I mean, you might lose in the first round, you might win gold. What do you plan after the Olympics, no matter what happens? What's your plan?
Like I said, win, lose, draw, I'm going to the next level, which is the pros.
Yeah, so you won't stick around like Roshy Warren did.
Nah.
And how do you think you'll feel if you do win gold and you're standing up on the stage with the flag and
my confidence is going to be very high, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just going to feel like I'm on top of the world, because last guy to win gold was Andre Ward, and I just finished speaking to Andre personally out in Vegas over the weekend. You know, he's a good guy. He's always supported the amateur boxing program. So, you know, I would feel good to be like, you know, next to Andre Ward, I was the next Olympian to win gold.
Yeah, great guy and classy guy, Andre Ward.
Yeah, very classy guy.
And what's your favorite Olympic boxing moment, and who's your favorite winning fighters moment? Like, who's your favorite fighters that you look at and hope to have your Olympics play just like theirs did? I guess whose Olympic run do you admire the most is what I'm asking.
I'll probably go back to, you know, the 80s, the 84 team. You know, Pernell Whitaker.
Oh, I love Pernell.
Guys like that, you know, that whole team, to me, even Evander Holyfield, you know, he got robbed, we all know that. He could have won gold, he took bronze, but, you know, that whole team, you know, they had it all, you know.
Yep. Yeah, that's my favorite team too, man. There's so many people, but they didn't face everybody, I know. Some countries didn't go to the 84 Olympics, so some people hold it against them, but those guys were amazing. That's my favorite team. Anything to say to your patriotic fans in closing, Jamel?
I mean, I just want everybody to continue supporting not only me, but the United States team as a whole in all sports for the Olympics. You know, just to give to give their 100% support to us, and just to keep on praying for us and hope that we all accomplish. You know what I'm saying? What we need to do.
Yep. Jamel Herring, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, and good luck in London.
Thank you. Take it easy. Nice talking to you.
You too, man. Take it easy.